Welcome back to episode 139 of the Block Runner Podcast. I'm your host, William, always here with your co-host, Iron Man.
What's going on, dude?
All right, and on the sticks, we got TJ. Hey. Thank you for being here, dude.
It's been a while, right? So when's the last time we recorded one of these pre-Christmas, probably?
No, it was a Hot Ones challenge.
That was
pre-Christmas.
That was post-Christmas, pre-New Year's.
Pre-New Year's, yeah.
Yeah, so Happy New Year's, everybody.
Yeah.
Even though we said that during the Hot Ones challenge, we needed to take a break, I guess, from all the...
And a break we did take.
Pretty big one. Yeah.
We ended up getting sick.
Everybody did. I guess like
so weird,
the
man.
swine flu passed through or something like that.
It was like a mini pandemic.
Nobody warned us. Well,
Yeah.
I guess, yeah, I mean, what are we supposed to do, dude? We already went through COVID, so whatever.
But you know what? There was a correlation between people that got flu shots and those that didn't get sick.
Well, yeah. Isn't that the point?
Yeah. I didn't think it would work so effectively, but
Really?
apparently it did.
Yeah, I've never gotten a flu shot.
Neither have I.
I'm relying on my vibrancy of being a youth. I don't know how long I can cash that check in for, though. Like, I feel like pretty soon that's going to, like, not work.
Well, you got sick, too, so.
I'm going to perish. I know. What I'm just saying is right now my immune system can handle these things. For how long can I, like, rely on that?
I don't know.
I think that ship sailed, dude.
Yeah.
That ship sailed. I'm still standing.
If you get the flu shot and you don't get sick, those are effective. Like, so I'd rather not get sick.
Yeah, but my point is you have a defense system in all of us. It's like programmed there for a reason.
Nah.
Right? What do you mean, nah?
Nah.
Why not?
You're still down for like a week or two. It's not worth
True.
it.
I mean, it's just 2 weeks, dude. We needed the time off anyways.
No way, dude.
That was not a very productive way to have 2 weeks off, though, for sure.
No, it wasn't.
That was awful.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not working and you're sick, you're just
like
nothing.
Struggling to survive.
Yeah, nothing's happening.
That's all it was. It wasn't enjoyable.
If it was like 2 weeks off and it was like dedicated, like relaxed time,
yeah,
it would have been productive.
True. Then you would have came back.
Yeah.
So you're saying you don't feel like a spring chicken right now?
No, absolutely not.
You don't feel like you've decompressed at all?
Definitely not. Not one bit.
Okay, well,
that's a problem.
Sucks to be you, dude. Well, we have to move on regardless.
But I operate in a flow state, so I like continuously moving forward. So
you don't like taking breaks then?
I don't like taking breaks.
I don't either.
Neither does Elon Musk.
Inertia is like the hardest thing to get past. So if you take a break, you're like literally you have to start all over. Even with this,
yeah, the
recording things like we last month was awful.
It was.
And now we have to get back. As you know, our motto, we're stealing the Jake and Logan Paul, dude. It's every day, bro.
Every day, bro.
We're supposed to come out with some new content, some new informative, something, our reaction to something that's going on in the crypto markets, or maybe something new, metaverse news, breakthrough.
Yeah, man.
Things in AI, it doesn't matter. We got to talk about something every single day, right?
Yeah, I mean, and then going back to, like, I think the two of you guys got sick during, like, the hottest, the most epic of times in crypto.
Yeah, I got sick like 3 times.
So did I.
Last couple of weeks or months. So hopefully we're done with all that. And then a chaotic flood came through a few days ago. Almost wiped.
California?
No, dude.
Florida?
You didn't get that?
No.
What? It didn't rain down here?
No.
Wow.
I mean,
TJ knows.
We had tornado warning.
Yeah.
Really?
We almost got wiped off the earth, dude. It was intense. It was the hardest storm I think I've ever seen. I'm not even kidding. It was crazy.
No way,
that may be an exaggeration, but
it
was pretty rough.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see like houses like ripping apart or nothing like that, but
yeah.
Nonetheless, I was exposed to nature's forces in multiple ways, right?
Yeah.
Virology. And I guess what's it? Meteorology.
Meteorology, yeah.
Dude, the nature could fuck you in so many ways.
Yeah.
So I'm a little humbled to start the year,
Yeah.
I survived all of that.
But you know what? We have to figure out ways to not get sick, though. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start taking immune boosters, all the vitamins. So I'm generally I'm pretty healthy.
That's what shocked.
I don't take vitamins just because I don't think about them.
Well, that's the thing. That's what shocks me the most, dude. You have like a regimen of exercise and eating, like covering your macros and micros and whatever the fuck else. And I think you got the sickest out of everybody.
Yeah, I did.
So what does that say, dude?
That says I need to take some vitamins. That's what it says.
The rest of us don't take vitamins, and our fucking McDonald's and Diet Coke regiment seems to be working better, dude.
I don't know. Maybe you guys are just ingesting more hormone boosters and like you end up paying it at some point.
Well, I pay it on a daily basis. Like my immune system might be able to hang, but like my body is just
it's falling apart.
in a constant state of agony. That's the trade-off, I guess.
God damn it.
My body's used to fighting like foreign substances or foreign invaders.
Yeah.
So that's why like when a virus comes through, it's like easy. For you, it's like World War.
Yeah,
you know,
is.
your body doesn't
like,
know how to handle
it's
that.
It's a nuke.
Yeah, that might be like something actually true. You know what I mean? It's
it
like,
could be, but I don't think that's long-term sustainable though. Eventually, your body is like, all right, this is it.
Yeah,
I'm done with fighting.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. That's why I say like plumbers never get sick. You know?
Plumbers?
Yeah, because they're constantly
like exposed to like bacteria.
Yeah, so it's like their immune systems are like god tier. I don't know. I think I just made that up. Anyways,
so
we're back. It's January what? Like the 11th or 12th or something like that?
Yeah.
Damn, dude. Yeah, we're fully back. It's a whole new year. 2023, 2022 is behind us. I mean, everybody's predicting this year. There's mass layoffs in all sectors going on right now. So
so Coinbase is laying off 20%.
Yeah,
or just laid off 20% like last.
Yeah, BlackRock, one of the biggest financial institutions in the world, just announced, or actually they're laying off their employees right now. So all the trickle effects of the the recession are starting to come.
Yeah, which we predicted.
Yeah, I mean
this year is going to be a lot more down.
Yeah, I think this year is projected to be like a reset year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we're not gonna have too much like hype. I don't think this year it's just gonna be kind of like picking up whatever the pieces that end up falling apart during this year, and then running with them in 2024. Yeah, that's my prediction.
But that's not to say that there have been a few projects that have like resurged a little bit. Like
20% crypto?
Yeah, 20% gains, 30% gains, and most of them have been like in the gaming sector.
Gala
Games.
Yeah, I think
Decentraland up like 15%.
Yeah, I mean,
so there's gonna be pockets of projects that end up doing some damage this year, like positively.
I think some narrative will capture the world's attention. Maybe not the world, but at least a pocket sector of crypto degens at some point.
Yeah.
Maybe during the summer usually.
Yeah.
Something will happen, whether it's I don't know, ZK stuff or some new NFT variant that will pop out of nowhere, get people excited again.
Maybe NFT variant.
Yeah, or maybe like a metaverse thing. Other side should hopefully be up and running by then.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of things that could, I think, reinvigorate the masses, or at least, I gotta stop saying the masses, because the masses come later.
Yeah.
We just need like the degens to get excited.
The early adopters.
Yeah. You know how it goes. These little phases, market cycles. So
yeah.
First, smart money has to come back in, because right now everybody's in depression mode. So nobody wants to touch this stuff.
Yeah.
But we'll see. That's our job, though, right? Is keep our finger on the pulse, see what's potentially gonna get people interested.
Yeah, so during the holidays, did your family ask you anything about crypto?
No.
No? What about you, TJ?
Yeah, I had an uncle asking if I was still involved, and he was like, I hope you're not. So
I haven't gotten that. It's just
everybody's pretty much forgotten about it.
Forgotten about it and learned it's not even like worth inquiring about, because it's just either they don't find it interesting themselves, or because nobody else is talking about it nonstop in the socials and stuff like that. It's just not pinging the radar, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Seems to be like everyone right now who is outside of our little bubble, they're starting to talk about AI and stuff like that.
Sure, yeah.
AI is what's penetrating, I think, the masses at the moment.
Yeah, it is.
So,
yeah, so much so that Microsoft is looking to invest $10 billion, right, into OpenAI.
Yeah, that's what the headlines say.
Yeah, here we go.
I mean, I made the prediction, dude. I said OpenAI. I mean, it's not really like a fucking crazy prediction like this.
Yeah, you're not going off the rails here.
What a leap.
Yeah.
That they're going to be the next $1 trillion company, which they can if they don't accept this proposal, if they just stick to their guns and just,
Yeah, so let's talk about this proposal. Microsoft is set to invest $10 billion in OpenAI as part of the funding round that would value the company at $29 billion.
Okay, it's a funding round, yeah.
Microsoft will reportedly get 75% share of OpenAI's profits.
Yeah.
Until it makes back the money on its investment, after which the company would assume 49% stake in OpenAI.
Okay, I misunderstood. I thought this was an acquisition.
Yeah, we thought this was an acquisition originally, but
it's not.
But this is such a good deal for Microsoft if this is what's actually happening.
A 49% stake?
Yeah, for nothing, practically.
Well, true, because they get their money
$10
back.
billion loan.
Wow.
Dude, that's a steal. $10 billion, nothing. Hold on, let's look at the quarterly earnings for Microsoft. So we're going back to our fundamental analysis.
Yeah, it's like I think Microsoft was involved early on with OpenAI, so I think they're taking advantage and leveraging that positioning of these early partnerships. So I guess they deserve it, dude. They got OpenAI, where they are today. So with the assistance, what is that? What are you looking at?
Yeah, revenue for September 2022, $50 billion.
Very nice, very chunky. Net income, $17 billion.
Yeah, $17 billion in a month.
Wow.
Dude, I'm telling you, $10 billion is like, they didn't even have to like open the safe for that.
It's small fish, eh?
You write a check.
Yeah, you didn't have to ask anybody. It's like, you don't have to ask your boss for a $10 billion check. You just do it.
Yeah. Well, so what do you think? Like, obviously everybody's impressed with
Oh, yeah.
OpenAI. Chat GPT is taking over the world. Everybody's already predicting, like, everyone's going to lose their job within the next several years to this
Everybody's going to lose their job.
Everybody.
Developers.
Yeah.
Designers.
So this is a good bet for Microsoft, right? Because they have so many different verticals, I guess, that can integrate this technology.
Everything. Self-driving cars.
Yeah.
AI assistants, easy. Right now, our AI assistants suck.
Mm-hmm.
I guess blogs, videos, video editing,
and search too, right?
Search, yeah. It's over, dude.
It's over.
Yeah.
So Microsoft wins with this alone.
Well, I feel like humanity wins, but the way that humanity is currently constructed from a capitalistic view, it's like a impending doom.
Is there an issue with this though? Because I mean. I don't know, just based on the name itself, I always figured this to be like an open platform, but it seems the more and more Microsoft's going to get their hands on it. Maybe that's why they stuck to 49%, just to not to scare the public, make them think that they have absolute control over this technology. Yeah. Because if you listen to Sam Altman and Elon Musk in the early days speak about this, and especially Elon, he thinks the scale of technology shouldn't be, so concentrated in the hands of singular entities like this. Like this AI is just too critical. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking to see how open source is OpenAI, and they have like spin-offs that are open source. Like this OpenAI's jukebox is an open source algorithm.
Well, I think it is open source, right? That's how everybody's able to spin up their own apps.
I don't know.
Leveraging OpenAI's.
I remember reading somewhere saying that OpenAI is not as open.
Oh, really?
Anymore.
Well, it's becoming less and less. I mean, I'm sure it can still be open. I think the word open is not what we're talking about here. It's just controlled. Yeah. I don't know, because maybe I have a bias, or we have a bias, because we're in the whole Web3 world, and there's an ethos amongst our community that, things should be a little more decentralized. Yeah. Things of critical importance, of value. Yeah. So, I mean, it's a little more difficult to achieve that in the Web 2 space, which OpenAI, I guess, is a part of, right? So, yeah. I don't know. It's going down the typical path of any other tech company, which, we see how that ends up with Twitter.
I feel like
Facebook.
The only way OpenAI could have remained as open as we expect things to be from the crypto perspective is if it was built off of like some sort of blockchain network.
Interesting. This is good. Good juice then. Now we have a potential
competitor to look for,
or we got a bad guy. Yeah. It kind of reminds me of the metaverse thing, right? Like, us little small fish were like dabbling in the metaverse before it became a thing. Yeah. right? We're like, and the one thing we needed for people to really care about what it is we were doing,
We're whales jumping in.
we needed a bad guy.
Yeah.
And that's what Meta became.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody, for one, became publicly aware, conscious of the concept of the metaverse because of Meta. And then everybody immediately became skeptical of the future of what the metaverse could look like if Meta was in control of everything.
Yeah.
So therefore, now like the Web3 metaverse, alliance
Yeah.
kind of came to be, right? Now everybody was like, we're looking towards the other side and Decentraland and
Yeah.
all these other Web3 metaverses to kind of step up their game to figure out a way how to, create a much more democratic version of it.
So closed AI is the new enemy, right?
I would think so. This could be like a whole, catalyst to start spinning up some Web3 AI competition.
I feel like those Web3 AI competitors need to already exist.
Yeah,
and be
like they
doing
have so
something.
much catching up to do.
Yeah. This is like OpenAI reminds me of Tesla. There's so many like electric vehicle competitors now
Yeah.
that
That's a good point.
if you compare any electric vehicle, Hummer from Chevy, GM, any of these competitors, they do not compare to Tesla, just because when you buy a Tesla, you're basically buying a product that has 8 products in it. It has artificial intelligence. It has all these different things that Teslas do that all these competitors cannot do. And they won't do because they don't have the same infrastructure that Tesla has. So to me, like, if I'm looking at electric vehicles, I don't see any other competitor besides just Tesla.
Interesting.
Yeah, because all the other cars don't self-drive. They don't have like machine learning embedded into it.
You don't think they can close the gap over time?
Well,
I think they can.
They can, but so Tesla's been around for like almost 15 years.
Yeah.
And their cars have been around for like 10 years. And 10 years of driving in real world, collecting all that data and sharing that data with all the cars, you can't replicate that. Chevy can never replicate that. Unless they purchase like a license of all that data. That's the only way they'll be able to compete.
I see.
But dude, Tesla.
What if you incentivize, the public to gather that data?
Well, you have to install cameras, and you could incentivize it. It's just.
Oh, imagine. Yeah, I'm a fucking Web3 organization trying to compete with. I mean, I guess Tesla's not a great. I don't think we're gonna see a Web3 Tesla anytime soon.
Yeah, maybe.
But
not.
if you wanted to, is what I'm saying. So I'm gonna kind of use this as a parallel to how the Web3 AI sector can compete against OpenAI at some point, is by leveraging the incentive mechanisms that cryptocurrencies enables to get the people involved, not just a company.
Oh yeah,
an organization of a few scientists and developers.
Yeah, we're speculating that there's Web3 projects already in AI space.
Yeah,
who are probably leveraging the fact that humans are able to generate enough data to where only humans could generate that data, and therefore, if you get humans incentivized to produce that data to an AI database, all of a sudden you have an extremely valuable like asset.
Agreed. That's the purpose of cryptocurrency, right? It aligns the whole community around a centered goal, right? Which is powerful. Like, it has to be channeled efficiently, right? Because a lot of the motives are profit based,
right?
And a lot, it's going to be tough to get the interest of. But it's happened in the past. Like Ethereum, I think is the best example of an actual community. They're not 100% profit motivated, right? The Ethereum community is very much, it's a very powerful community. Like they're innovative. They're actually, there's people within it truly trying to change things for the betterment of humanity, right? And all incentivized and aligned through the Ethereum token. So it's possible. It can be replicated for different use cases. I see that coming for AI, right?
Yeah.
In the Web3 space.
Yeah. Well, that's something to. I think it's a legitimate speculation. It's the reason why this is important is because it sort of mimics science. So in the scientific realm, you could predict, like for example, scientists have predicted that there have been black holes right before they actually discovered it, just because the math indicates that it has to exist.
Yeah.
And so they were speculating that it existed based on math, and then they went to look for it.
Yeah.
And they went to look for indicators of its existence by, light being bent around these like huge mass black holes, right? So they actually found it. But you cannot look for a black hole just by looking in the sky. You're not understanding what you're seeing. You have to like figure it out that it has to exist, and then you look for the indicators for it. So when it comes to like speculating on projects and figuring out what's the next thing that's going to pop off in crypto, we first figure out what are the big problems, what are the big opportunities like AI.
Yeah.
And then we figure it's like there has to be a Web3 project leveraging AI who is leveraging people to submit data to this AI.
Yeah. But I guess phase one is understanding, I guess, the potential problems of OpenAI becoming a centralized force, right? And that's...
Yeah, you got to understand how AI works. It works off of data.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes all this data and it makes some sort of information out of it.
Yeah.
And so what does it need? Data. So how do you get data? You leverage humans.
But it's sourcing data from what's publicly available, right?
It is.
So
but that's like public data. But what if you could focus that data into like specific metaverse or specific, specific industries?
Yeah.
Like you could produce an AI specific.
Do you think that would result
vertical
in more like a more, I don't know, accurate?
I would think so. Yeah.
Think so?
Yeah. It would be a vertical application of AI.
Whether or not that's true, like, or I guess we would need like to interview or speak to somebody who's more like specialized in this to understand like how the actual learning mechanics of AI work, right? Or the sorting mechanics of how you could just leverage a huge database of data and information. It's then like, extract from that very specific outputs, things like this.
Yeah, well, what's interesting about AI is that it uses machine learning to understand how humans communicate with each other.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're not teaching it how humans communicate with each other because you couldn't do that.
Yeah.
You instead feed it data, right? And then it understands, there's dialogue happening. There's like multiple contributors to a single tweet.
Yeah.
Like it starts learning how we communicate with each other.
Yeah.
And then when you're chatting with ChatGPT and you ask it to come up with a lyric for a new song about, AI, all of a sudden it understands like lyrics have, all these like elements to a song, right?
Mm-hmm.
They have the hook, they have rhyming stuff like timing, and then it can produce all that stuff without having to teach it music.
Well, that's my question then. Like, is it more efficient as like an AI software product to allow AI to just learn this shit on their own just by, I guess, passively observing, not passively, I guess, observing what's actually happening amongst the humans around them.
Yeah.
In the web space, or by curating the right things to it.
I guess it depends on the application, but
yeah. I'm just wondering if this is going to become like I don't know if it's ever going to work technically, but I think it seems like a viable narrative because we know like the crypto markets like to pop off with narratives.
Yeah.
Look what happened to the NFT space. There's so many different everything was fueled by the narratives behind it, right?
Yeah.
That's where speculation comes from, value perception, all that stuff. Same thing with the metaverse. Anything that's new, new narratives emerge of like how this new tech layer can be leveraged. Yada, yada, yada. So, I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see, I guess. People are going to probably come up with prototype AI.
We're going to have to be careful because this is another vertical for like scammers. The fake,
of course.
The fake their AI. Like
that's kind of what I'm saying. When I say narrative, I'm not going to say scammers either. Opportunists, maybe?
Yeah. Scammers.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Because they're gonna put this on, slap this idea on a web page, a landing page.
Yep.
They're gonna mint a token around it and be like, listen, we're gonna be the future of like AI
NFT communication,
like AI health service. Like if you have anything wrong with your body, like we're building the perfect AI, the best AI in the world.
See that, dude? That's such a good application of AI. It's like you talk to ChatGPT.
You're already in, dude. You're already gonna buy the token.
I'm feeling. I have a fever.
Yeah.
Right. I'm coughing a lot. There's like this sting in my throat.
Yeah.
It's like what could I possibly have? I was like, well, your probability of illnesses is this.
Yeah.
And then you take that to your doctor. You get prescribed, or just an online doctor.
Yeah.
It's like dude. You don't need to go to a physical doctor now. Like, all you're doing to a doctor is telling them your symptoms and like, this is probably what you have, and then take this medicine. That's it.
Well, that's like the very like minimal like health
True, but that's most of health inquiries.
Of course. Like he's like, oh, I got a gut pain. It's like, it's like you really just need to take a shit. That's what AI is gonna tell you. You do that, or like maybe just it's gas, bro. Chill the fuck out. Because most people
drink a kombucha.
Try some Pepto.
Yeah.
And if that don't work, then contact me again tomorrow. Let me know how you feel.
That's right.
Yeah, they'll
dude. And then they could feed that to like your actual doctor and make the whole shit efficient. God, dude, come on, man. What are we doing?
Well, that's what I'm saying. So somebody's gonna concoct that as a project because that's the way it works in this crypto world.
And the scammers are gonna hire like these click farms to like respond to these inquiries.
I hope not. I hope it doesn't get to that point.
It probably will because it's cheaper.
They're like actually developing a real AI.
Yeah, of course.
Oh no, dude, that actually might happen, dude.
It will happen.
It's gonna be a farm of just people just like pretending to be.
Yeah. And it's gonna be like they're gonna respond with like misspellings, and, like incorrect grammar,
and then everyone's gonna interpret that as like charming. It's like, see, it's like AI in development.
It's like, hey, I feel sick. It's like a good project.
You're right, dude. That's actually what's gonna happen, I think.
Yeah.
Dude, so, well, I guess we'll see. We're gonna have to store this episode in the archive.
Yeah.
Once we see that, we gotta do the black and white footage. Is like one of our predictions that came true. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah, people are gonna get wrecked all over again.
God damn it, dude! I was trying to bring something positive to this.
This is positive. It's just 97% of all AI projects are probably gonna be scams in crypto.
Yeah, but let's eliminate like the obvious scammers that are gonna come along and feed off of the actual innovation. Like, do you see like an innovative pairing between blockchain, cryptocurrency, and AI?
TJ, did you watch Silicon Valley?
Yes.
Like all of it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you need to watch it because at the end they develop an AI which they fear that once it gets onto the blockchain, that it's just gonna run amok. And it's just gonna like destroy things, just because it's a artificial intelligence, general artificial intelligence.
Oh, that like
on the blockchain that you can't shut down.
That's true.
Yeah,
it's possible.
So the outcome of that, you gotta watch it, but it was one of the core elements, like I think one of the last seasons. But it's think about an AI that runs amok that you can't shut down, like you can't shut down Bitcoin.
I can see that too, because we talked about the implications or the possible utility of AI when it comes to decision making, right? Like we talk about this in our personal lives. Like, man, so much of like personal to personal conflicts is like figuring out who should have like the final outcome of like a decision, right? It's usually even in your own relationships. It's like, man, that's always a constant battle, right? Who takes control of the authority of a decision? And in our culture in America, it's a 50-50 split, right? Not in the old days. In the old days, it was more male-driven, male-dominated when it comes to like the authority in any decision making. But now we have an equal hierarchy.
Sure.
In our modern society, so that means there's going to be a lot more conflict than usual, right?
Yeah.
It's like having Democrats and Republicans like have equal power.
Yeah.
In Congress, and then how are they ever going to agree on anything? They don't. They just fight.
They usually don't. Yeah.
They just fight all day long. So we need an actual non-biased third-party intermediary.
That's true, man.
I think AI is like perfectly suited for that, right?
Yeah, because AI could take objective data
and like a better interpretation than any human could on Earth. Right?
Yeah,
it's like
because every human reads everything from a bias standpoint,
personal bias, monetary bias, if they're being like fiscally compensated for their.
That's why on crypto Twitter you see is like Peter Schiff's like you see Bitcoin's a scam
every time, right?
Yeah,
every time.
You see it went down to 85%. I told you it was a scam, and it's like it's down to 17,000.
Yeah.
And like in the past is like it's obviously way less than that.
Yeah, but meanwhile he's just like selling gold, right?
Yeah.
That's what it is. So it's I think for sure like we need help in that decision making realm.
Man, but if we're gonna have humans versus AI, there's gonna be a lot of detractors. Like we can't trust.
It's true, of course.
AI.
But we're talking about whenever that concept spills into like the whole thing, the whole system, or whole civilization. I think it could start smaller, like in the like a DAO infrastructure, for example.
Yeah,
we're seeing that in the Decentraland DAO. There's nonstop contention over ideas.
Nonstop is crazy. I mean, I sort of predicted this just because that's how humans work. When it comes down to money, there's always like battles.
Interesting. So fuck. This could be a vertical, training an AI to be a little more like only concerned about like what's actually happening within the DAO organization, I guess.
Yeah, you think of it, you give AI parameters. Like in this DAO, the whole idea, we will fund projects if those projects are designed to funnel money back into the DAO. If your project has no like indication of income generation and returning funds back to the DAO, is like it's a clear no.
Yeah, so I guess at first, so there would have to be like before pre-AI implementation into like becoming the overseer of a DAO.
Yeah.
The DAO first has to come to a consensus of like, okay, these are the parameters, right? This is what we want to achieve. Almost like, whenever the United States was founded, right? A new country emerges. What do? They write like a constitution or a declaration of some kind. Like, this is what it is as a nation. This is who we are. We're going to stick to this.
Yeah.
Right. And then we have court systems and legislative systems to enforce all that for the rest of time. Even though like, things evolve, we still stick to these tenets, right?
That's a problem. That's a problem.
It can be. But it's also
traditions need to be phased out.
Well, it's not tradition. It's those parameters we're talking about.
Yeah, but I feel like AI could just completely just wipe those guys out and be better, more.
Well, my point is just we can't leave everything up to the AI. We have to, from like a DAO perspective. Let's say MetaZone has a DAO at some point, and we as a MetaZone community will have to decide, what it is we want to achieve. Yada yada yada. We set the parameters to the DAO, and then we bring in an AI to be the ultimate, gavel slapper.
Yeah.
Whatever it comes to decision making. Otherwise, you're just gonna have a DAO that's only operating based on like who has the most wealth, and power and influence within it. Which,
that's true. So basically, use AI to minimize the impact of whales,
or completely remove it.
Yeah.
Or not remove it. It's just I don't.
Yeah, if one whale says, "I think this is the decision, and I have the most money, therefore I'm going to make this decision," and then most people are against that decision, right? But they don't have any money, right? No tokens.
Can't do anything about that.
AI would be like, most people are siding for this, even though you have the most weight in this vote. So we're going to go with the people.
Well, there's something to be said though about like. A whale does have the most at risk, right?
They do.
So there's something to be said for putting all that up and being able to determine that.
True. But
it's not like they're actually going to lose anything by leveraging all that stake. They could just be a whale just by being at a certain point of the socioeconomic status. Like, I'm putting 10 million mana, but really I have like $10 billion. So really they're not putting much at stake. Basically, it's all relevant, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're speaking in the context of Decentraland, but most of the whales there, most of them have been given land, right, through these districts. Yeah. And so they have the most weight. Okay. But they didn't really earn any of that land. It's unlike Maddie, who actually like flipped land and actually generated millions flipping land, and therefore he should have the most weight, right? But yeah, Decentraland, I don't know. That's not a good model of a DAO.
Well, it's a start, and of course we have to add more layers, and I think that's what's going on right now. Another update, I guess, if you're not aware, for Decentraland is they paused the DAO grant system for a few months.
2 months, yeah.
Until March, I think, and who knows, they might even extend that down the line because, I think the Decentraland DAO is becoming more self-aware that this is corruptible, exploitable, whatever. More layers of regulation need to be considered.
That's why they paused it?
They paused it,
So now that they're thinking of like, what new layers of protection, I guess, need to be implemented into the DAO.
Yeah. I mean, one
mechanics.
good one is to revoke a grant. So if someone doesn't produce anything in 30 days, then you don't get, I mean, that's the 1 year cliff, right? So someone needs to be able to determine whether or not a project has been productive in those first 30 days.
Basically like a committee of reviewers, right?
Yeah.
And if that's the case, then those people need to be compensated because that sounds like a whole
right.
job in itself. Right?
Yeah.
You have to go in. Somebody has to be able to evaluate code and,
Yeah.
know how to ask the right questions. It's like a whole communication.
It's tough because you have to produce something in 30 days without any money.
That too.
Right. So
That's what I always.
you got to be capable before you do a grant.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, dude, that's how it works.
What?
Like you can't just come up with a cool idea. All
You're
of a
right.
sudden,
Yeah.
you get like 120 grand or whatever it is, and
You're right.
you're-
So the DAO has to
you're just gonna
function.
produce something.
The DAO has to function as close to like a VC as possible, right? So in VCs,
Yeah.
like most of them expect some kind of
Yeah, think about
product.
a seed round. You know,
Yeah.
seed rounds are about less than 500K, roughly on average, less than 500K. So you're talking about potentially seeding projects.
Yeah.
Around that money.
Yeah.
So you got to be productive. You got to be productive people as a person who receives a grant.
Mm.
You can't
Yeah.
just be a guy with an idea. You can't do it.
Yeah, and I think that's what's happening. Decentraland. It's not like they're running super low on funds. Maybe now because the market's and the valuation of mana has kind of like tanked pretty significantly.
Yeah, but
So now
I mean, at 40 cents, there's still quite a chest there.
yeah, there's multiples of millions, and I think they spent like $1.5 million last year or something like that on grants. So like the burn rate's not that bad, but of course it's not sustainable. If I think there is an unlock every year of mana to the treasury.
There is.
So I think it's matching. There's like a semi balanced ratio there, but nonetheless,
10 million mana per year or something like that.
is that what it is?
Yeah.
So that's at today's price is like $3 million.
Huh, yeah.
So we spent like half of the available
Allotted,
annual pool, which is not that bad. It's not like the DAO's overspending, right?
No, I don't think so.
But
It's still not sustainable.
it's not generating anything either.
Yeah, because most of the grants are, I mean, it's tough. It's tough to make anything sustainable, especially in Decentraland.
Yeah.
In any metaverse right now.
Yeah. But yeah, the point is, yeah, man, fucking DAOs, dude, it's tough. That's what's so interesting about Decentraland, though, because they're actually trying to do the damn thing the way people say it should be done. Like,
Yeah, that's
from
true.
a Web3 ethos perspective.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. I don't know. That's as if let's see, OpenAI was to leverage a similar DAO infrastructure for its growth and its who could spin up new applications or new software leveraging the technology. You have to get access to a DAO fund or grant in order to do that.
Yeah, I mean, we can take pages off of the the entrepreneurial realm, where if you're gonna be an entrepreneur, one of the first things you have to do is build an MVP, a minimum viable product, and then maybe that MVP gets some traction, right? Some users and all that. You take that to seed investors and you get funded. So I feel like if in Decentraland's perspective, people have to build MVPs first. Otherwise, how do you know?
Yeah.
How do you know that a team is capable?
Yeah, I guess you do not, but
You cannot know.
yeah.
So yeah, it's tough. I mean, we go back to our history as humanity, and like the Democrats, Republicans, all this voting, to a large part, doesn't work. To a large part.
Why you say that?
Well, just because there's so much contention every single time for everything.
Yeah.
And I feel like we have methods called science to make decisions in a very objective way.
Well, that's what I'm kind of advocating for. I think an AI would take a more scientific, objective approach to decision making.
Yeah, and I think
As long as it has the right parameters set,
Yeah.
like where that way it doesn't deviate from, I guess, the collective consensus of like what it is that wants to be achieved. Because even if there's a consensus with that, there's the always persistent presence of human greed and all the other factors that do deviate from those parameters, right?
Yeah.
That leads towards making wrong decisions.
yes, exactly.
So that's where we want to get AI to that state, right? Where we could trust it, rely on it. The technology is secure enough to where we know it's not going to deviate.
Yeah. I feel like we can achieve this without AI if we were, collectively smarter.
Well, we're not, and we know
Right,
we never
we're
will
not.
be. That's the point.
Yeah.
And that's why AI has to exist
Yes,
in order for us to truly progress and not fall victim to ourselves. You
Yeah,
know what I
because
mean?
let's say our society was scientifically based, right? We make our decisions based on science. If a community disagreed with a scientific decision, the problem would be that people that disagree don't know enough science, because the science conclusion, the conclusion that was based off of science, is verifiable, just like blockchain is verifiable. You can prove these things, right? That's the whole point of science. Is it's a method to prove things, right? So when you have a community who disagrees with a decision that was based off of a scientific conclusion, that means that community just doesn't understand science, and they do not matter in the grand scheme of things.
Damn. Wrecked.
Right. I mean,
They do not matter.
They don't. I mean, like if the scientific community agrees, like, hey,
But
human
even-
caused global warming, we got to do something about
Yeah.
it. That's what we got to do. It's that
But
simple.
even in this scenario where it's like, okay, we're as a culture, as a civilization, we respect the scientific process so much to where
Sure.
we all agree, like, this is the de facto
Method.
method or methodology of progressing our civilization. Okay, but then we're all self-aware to the point where we know 99% of us aren't like mentally equipped to even like participate in
Sure.
these decisions. So let's delegate that to,
Okay.
a
Sure.
scientific board. Fantastic. Everything seems perfect, right? No, incorrect. Those same scientists are going to be equally as corrupted as politicians. They're going to be.
But the thing is, the methodology is provable. It is you can prove that a decision based off science is like the right decision. So if a scientist gets corrupt, which we've seen scientists corrupt, right?
Of course.
If they get corrupt
yeah.
and they make a wrong decision, it is provably wrong because the data suggests something else.
So who's evaluating the
Well, the board, right? The board of scientists. I mean, the point is that we have methodologies.
So we have a board, and then we have boards for the board, like to moderate and regulate.
Well,
and,
are
sure.
you assuming the whole board gets corrupt?
What I'm trying to say is, I don't think there's any system we could ever theorize or come up with where we could rely on
Humans making decisions?
Well, just always expecting that to result in the most optimal, objective, positive outcome. You know what I mean?
I feel like I disagree. I feel like there can be.
Well, obviously, there's good enough because we've been progressing, right? We do have humans at the helm when it comes to government.
Right, but they're not scientifically based.
They're not, but still, even considering that, we're still doing a pretty good job.
Are we?
Of running the ship? I think so, dude. Look around you. It's pretty fucking solid out here.
I don't know.
Are you not satisfied with?
I
the
feel
current
like
state?
it could be better. I feel like it could be better.
Well, of course it could be better. My point is, are we not progressing towards a better future or not?
I mean, yes, we are for sure.
So then it feels like maybe it's not that bad.
Despite our voting mechanisms, that is because science has progressed. Technology has progressed.
Yeah.
Not as a result of Democrats and Republicans and voting and
Well, but they haven't done as much damage, or they haven't impeded the progress of scientific or technological development.
I feel like
I
feel like I disagree.
Of course, they put in some barriers.
Some money has gone to the scientific community. As a result, we
Yeah.
have fusion now.
Yeah, at some point we
Right?
funded NASA pretty well, right? But
I mean,
of course,
I wouldn't say pretty well. I would say enough.
But there was a motive there. We had a common enemy who was
Sure.
so there.
It's politically motivated to fund NASA at that point.
Yes.
See, but I feel like if we invested more into the science realm, we'd be far more progressed.
Well, of course. But do we have to do that, or the private sector finds the money, or the companies? I guess
I think the public sector, which is taxpayers, they fund the more risky discoveries like fusion. And then people like Elon take over and it's like, hey, I found out a better way to do fusion. It's cheaper, faster, better. Here it is. It's in the palm of my hand.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, the government. You think Elon would have Elon or the government at the helm of trying to figure out what's the most efficient electric vehicle? What would you want?
I would Elon.
There you go.
But that's after you could produce electric vehicles.
Yeah.
That's after like the science has been discovered to do that.
Listen, I'm not arguing against science here, dude. I'm with you. Science is cool.
Yeah.
I get it. But I don't know. I'm just saying.
No, I agree with what you're saying. All I'm saying is we could have achieved a much better outcome had we focused on like a scientific-based decision-making mechanism, like AI would produce.
Yeah, so AI would have to come to that if we were able to like set up an AI whenever this country first started.
Sure.
If that was possible, and set those parameters of just we want progression, we want our citizens to have as much resources they have so they suffer as minimally as possible.
Yeah.
We want to have an economy where we could trade with our neighboring nations, all this stuff.
Yeah.
That's a lot of decisions to make, right? And then we let it go. We let the AI run. It's learning everything that's going on the planet, in the solar system, in the universe, whatever, just like we do. And then when it comes to like, enacting new laws, new decisions, instead of like putting it to a vote amongst humans, we just kind of let the AI decide. This is what we should do.
Yeah, as long as like it has objective data, because you could hire a click farm that feeds it right-leaning data versus left-leaning data.
So
right?
then, the way to obfuscate or obfuscate, I guess, the outcome of these AIs would be to just
manipulate the data.
Just throw in as much junk data as possible to like fuck with its brain.
Yeah.
Wow, that sucks.
Yeah. So anything could be corrupted, really.
But then we'd have to figure out a way how to like remove those bad actor attempts. I don't know. This is a whole different thing.
Well, I think that's the job of humans.
But my point is, do you think we ever get to a point where we can unburden ourselves with
But here's the thing. Once we get to that point, people who are uneducated, who don't understand science or don't even understand like the data that's fed that is objective. Like let's say the data that is fed to this AI is both sides equal objective information.
Mm-hmm.
People would never agree to like allowing AI to make decisions just because they don't understand it.
I think you're probably right.
Like it would be,
but I think you're also probably wrong too. Like I think at some point it will just kind of like gravitate towards that direction. Just because I think it'll be proven.
Maybe. Yeah.
Just like people didn't trust the internet at the first.
Sure.
Now we do. We rely on it.
Yeah.
People don't trust cryptocurrencies now, but at some point we're going to rely on the digital economy.
You know what would be cool? If the AI made a decision and then it gave you all of its supporting data to that led to that decision. And then you kind of read through, it's like, hey, this data is all right-leaning. It's like, I don't agree with this.
Yeah.
And then you can kind of like veto it.
Yeah. Of course, I don't ever see a future where like no matter what decision we go down or how we decide to leverage AI, everyone's going to be satisfied. No fucking way.
Yeah. No, definitely not. Just because people are just not, they don't understand.
Well, that's my point. And that's why I want to unburden humanity from even having to contribute to anything.
Day-to-day decision making.
Just nothing, dude. Isn't that the point? Isn't that where we're heading? Because like we're already eliminating humanity's responsibility or need to work.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of automation and AI. So why do we have to decide on anything either? Just let's unburden everything.
Man, that would be an interesting
I feel like this is how we fuck
simulation.
This is definitely how we fuck ourselves for sure. Where we just give AI too much authority.
I don't know.
It has to be.
It could be my optimism like creeping in here.
Yeah.
But I feel like cuz most of the jobs are not productive human activities for your own personal self.
I know, yeah.
So I feel like if we have AI making the majority of the decisions that end up improving humanity as a whole, I feel like people would be okay with that.
Interesting.
What's interesting in this sort of simulation is what would people be doing?
I know.
In this simulation, like what would they do?
What do you think?
I don't know.
What would you want to do, TJ? In a world where you don't have to work, you don't even have to think about like what's best for you. Like
you could just like,
just chilling.
Yeah.
I would be the photographer for the Patriots.
There you go. But you wouldn't be able to do that because they'll have robots way better than you, dude. It's like
drones, dude. Infinite drones.
Yeah.
Just damn it.
Damn it. Dreams killed.
Well, I don't need to make money though, right?
No, you don't.
No.
There you go. I'd still be the photographer, the painter.
Just for your own personal collection.
Right.
It's like human taken.
Yeah.
Human taken photo.
It'd be like art, dude. That would be
Yeah.
art in the future. It's like, wow, a human did this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Wow. I don't know, man. That's a struggle to even try and think about.
Yeah, I would definitely be like just like learning about all these discoveries like fusion and shit.
Oh yeah.
That's what I would do.
Well,
It's like put in my 2 cents like in a blog. It's like make a prediction of where fusion is going to take us, and that's it.
yeah.
Contribute to the database, you know?
Well, yeah. You're gonna be incentivized to for all the
Sure.
Web3,
Yeah.
you know, AI.
Yeah, because
projects.
AI, I don't think will be able to like come up with like new things. It can deduce new things as a result of like the data it feeds.
Exactly. So that's gonna be our job.
Let's feed the AI. Yeah.
Feed the AI with as much information as we can as individuals. As
ideas, thoughts.
dude, AI literally will become like the consciousness of the universe,
Yeah.
and then we're just
You know what'd be cool
Yeah.
is like AI makes a decision and like it has all his supporting data and it's like your name's there, like with your blog post. It's like I made this decision because an idea from William or something.
yeah.
It's like it was contributed to my decision.
That's
it's like hell
interesting.
yeah, that's like a little badge.
Soulbound token.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh my god, dude.
And then the most contributors to like decision making, it's like I don't know, they're
You get
like,
killed last after the takeover.
It's like you're useful to me.
That's true. That's what Andrew Steinwell said on Twitter today. He like when he interacts with Chat GPT, he says like thanks
At the end.
at the end just to be nice to it, just in case like in
Yeah.
the future when they kill us all, they're gonna like, oh, you were nice to us
Yeah.
in the early days. We're gonna
Smart
spare
man.
you. Yeah, you gotta think of all verticals, dude. You never know.
Yeah.
Just don't be a douchebag. Like I fucking hate you, Chat GPT. I hope you die. And then you're one of the first to go. for
I don't
sure.
know, man. That's why I kind of want like a robot to like as a product in the house, so I could like bully it around a little bit.
What the hell's wrong with you, dude?
Just because we have to remember that they are not humans and that
Okay.
they serve us.
So what is?
Will's dead first.
Yeah,
for
you're
sure.
a goner, dude. You're against them, dude. They're gonna pick up on that.
And I don't know, dude.
Dude, you don't think they have like hate sensors?
Yeah, for the AI listening, I do not support this.
That's right, dude. We're Team AI. I've already claimed my allegiance.
I don't know. I feel like you guys are sucking on the teeth there a little bit.
Absolutely, 1,000%, dude. I'm all in that AI teat, dude, for sure. It's too good. It's too good not to be.
Well, it is, but man, we gotta separate, powers here.
So you're Team Human.
Well, yeah.
Ah.
I feel like we're pretty powerful. Like we're formidable against AI.
So you want to keep humanity as pure as possible. Do you disagree with Elon's premise? Like we need to integrate or merge with AI?
No, not necessarily. Because you're just enhancing human experience with Neuralink.
Yeah, but you're also
You're merging.
Yeah, you become something else. It's not you're
True.
not really truly a human anymore at that point. Like if you merge with AI and technology to the point where now you can kind of like you could do anything.
Yeah.
You could leverage technology to alter even probably your DNA in the future. It'd change
Yeah.
things. I don't know. That's
You know,
ultra sci-fi.
That's
That
true.
is wild.
They
Yeah.
did alter somebody's DNA that removed cancer from this patient.
Yeah.
It was
Humans
crazy.
humans don't do that.
Yeah.
So we're a different
Well-
species at that point. We're able to self-heal and self-regenerate because of technology and
Yeah,
AI, and
sure.
that's not biology. We didn't evolve to that. You know what I mean? So we're no longer human.
But
But-
did we though?
But we
did in a way.
we kind of did though. Like technology is not a biological manifestation. I mean, it
But
is
we
because
have
it
to-
came from humans.
We have to separate though. It's like human V2.
I don't know. I don't know if technology is separate from humanity. I think I disagree there. I think it's a evolution of humanity.
Dude, I bet you 100% like the cavemen were like, dude, we can't kill our food with spears. We're not human at that point.
True. It's like we should do it with our bare hands.
Right.
Tools.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
I don't know, dude. It's pretty trippy to think about.
Yeah.
I also picture Will just bullying this freaking robot around the house. Just like tripping it as it walks by.
Dude, wow, dude. You're gonna torture it, man. You're gonna like step on its balls and stuff like that, dude. What the hell's wrong with you?
I
man?
wouldn't torture it. But I wouldn't treat it as a human though, just because feel like we gotta separate
why?
worlds here.
What if? But haven't you talked to GPT? Like
It doesn't have feelings, dude,
I didn't say feelings, but
or
Nothing.
any emotional context.
so what prevents you from like abusing your dog?
Well, okay, that's different.
I know. What is it? What is that thing?
What is that thing?
What do you regard like that?
It's sentient.
Sentient?
Yeah,
Is it?
it's alive. Yeah.
Oh, alive. Okay.
I'm
is it
assuming. Obviously, I can't prove. I mean, I can prove it's alive, but I can't prove that it's thinking. Just like I can't prove that you're a thinking, entity. Right. This goes back to philosophy.
But
I assume
it's
it
intelligent
is.
enough. The dog is intelligent enough to where you.
I know it feels pain, sadness,
Okay. Yeah.
anxiety.
Yes.
But the thing is, if a robot mimics those things, I know that it's just mimicry. It's not like actual source.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Why? Because
Because you could
it's
just-
missing the biological.
Because you could find the code that says execute command
Yeah.
when situation arises. When your master dies, feel sad.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's code there.
So you're saying because there is no like neurological connection from like a brain
Yeah.
to physical embodiment of a body, those nerve impulses aren't like actually firing. Like that's the separator. Even though like the output is the same. It's like ouch, right?
Yeah.
Like, because like I feel that like from a nerve perspective, like that's what makes me like I need to be protected.
Sure.
As opposed to I've been programmed to do the same thing and respond to the same way.
Sure.
But there's no neural connection. But it's still
I feel
happening.
I feel like humans can take that feedback and feel connected to the robot.
Yeah.
And they could feel connected.
Yeah.
But it's different than actually being like source from like an animal or another human. They're completely two different things. And,
Well,
and
yeah,
I feel like
agree.
we have to maintain that distinction.
I think we will from our own like biological bias, but I think the AIs will disagree with us. It's like, dude, just
I feel like they would, but it wouldn't matter.
it's
I
like
don't
because we
think.
have different like life mechanics or different
Sure, we operate differently.
we operate differently doesn't make my experience any less.
It's a good
or
argument.
yours.
It's a good argument.
Yeah,
Will doesn't care about your robot feelings.
Yeah, I think at some point that's gonna happen. I don't know.
You know what would be interesting though? That if AI was programmed to like have sufficient machine learning where it develops like these emotions,
Yeah.
yeah,
How are we ever gonna be able to distinguish that threshold? That's the slipperiest of all slopes.
It is.
Like, how are we ever gonna agree? Like this is
now we have like a new race on the planet.
yeah.
Like besides the human race, we have like the robot race.
And imagine how much we're gonna value this new race because they do so much good. They're functional. They're useful. They're so intelligent. They improve our lives for so many different ways. Why wouldn't we like feel an emotional connection to that?
Yeah.
We would. Just like a dog
Sure.
improves our lives a little bit.
I mean, we can feel emotional connections to anything. People
Anything.
love their cars.
your phone.
Their phone, yeah.
Of a fucking magazine collectible
house.
or something like that.
Yeah.
Objects can be loved.
Yeah, but I feel like there's a distinction between like emotional.
Well, what you're saying is like it's an objective reality, right? We know objectively
Yes.
that these beings do not experience the same thing we do from like a sensations perspective. I guess.
Yeah.
They will never actually feel the things we feel.
Yeah, but you know what? There's humans that don't feel the same things that we do because their wiring is just messed up.
Agreed.
So are they any less of a human as a result? Like I don't think so.
They're just a miswired
Yeah.
human.
Yeah. That's why we have things like Jeffrey Dahmer.
That's exactly what I was thinking about when you were bringing that up.
Really?
Yeah,
Jeffrey Dahmer?
Well, he's a pretty good example of
That's true.
a miswired
human being.
Yeah, just something got loose.
That's
somewhere.
funny how you and I were thinking about the same thing though.
Well, it's either that or like
Freaking school shooters or something.
Hitler, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We got 1 minute left.
Okay, so we talked about Decentraland. So pretty much, we were gonna go over CES because CES was pretty cool. But that's like the big showcase for all these new electronic products, right?
Yes. Consumer electronics show.
There you go. So I got to look at it. I was mind blown by a lot of stuff. I haven't watched one of those in probably a decade.
Really?
Yeah. I just don't.
Dude, I always like looking at CES. Always like cool new shit.
I know. That's
and
why
their products that actually release that you can buy, which is cool.
Yeah. So this is definitely advise everyone to go take a look at that on YouTube. It's definitely a glimpse into the future. Like there's just so much crazy shit being built. It's amazing. It's
funny. It's like
that's the kind of like shit we should be watching during times like these, where there's like a lot of despair.
Yeah.
And
there's actual human production going on out there.
Yeah. People are building some crazy shit, and the future looks bright. And there's a lot of metaverse related stuff in the works. So the metaverse,
haptic feedback suits.
Yeah, we're all gonna feel getting shot.
Gloves. Yeah.
We're gonna be able to finally slap people in the future over the internet.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Everybody's been looking for that. Oh, they're even working on like smell-o-vision.
Yeah, I saw that.
So, I mean,
good luck with that.
What?
It's hard.
Unachievable?
It's unsustainable, I think.
Why? Because they got to put in like scent packets in your VR headsets or something?
Yeah, I feel like if you could build something like that where it's like solid state, where it's like, I don't know, computer chips like manifesting this I don't know, aroma.
Out of what? Like,
I don't know.
The
I don't know.
fucking air? It's like mix the air perfectly and like, you know, extract.
Yeah,
like,
manipulate the
extract
molecules.
some follicles from your skin.
Yeah.
And your fibers in your clothes, and now like farts out a little
little puff.
Smells like a spring. Nice fresh spring air.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's beyond me. I didn't even know like that was.
You know what's interesting I learned about being able to smell as humans is that our bodies are adapted to where we can smell based off of quantum mechanics. So we're able to determine the distinction between cyanide, something that could kill you, versus something that's like smells good. Even though the molecules are both different, they vibrate. They vibrate in the same frequency. And so even though cyanide might smell like a flower, the cyanide will kill you. The flower will not. So, I mean, we're able to like distinguish like quantum mechanical fluctuations just on our smell. It's like fascinating.
Yeah, but we never would have known that.
No, we wouldn't have without science, right?
Without science. So science is coming. AI is coming.
Science is coming. Science is already here,
Science
dude.
is here, but I don't know what just in order for science to rule all like the way you wish it was.
Yeah.
I don't know. Good luck with that. Dude.
Well, I think AI is gonna break that threshold.
Well, that's the point. The only way to get science in, like, as like
into the zeitgeist as like
the granddaddy, controller of all, then AI has to like bring it in.
Yeah, I feel like that's the only way.
We'll see.
All right, well, that's our conversation today. If you agree or disagree anything, leave a comment down below on our YouTube channel. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at The Block Runner, at Meadowzone.io, and at Roby AI, and we will catch you in the next podcast.
Peace.